Hi, Rick. Can you hear us?
Hello, Rick. You can't hear us? Oh, but you're muted, so we can't hear whether you said yes or no.
Oh, I can't hear her. I can hear the two of you.
No,
Oh, yeah,
Elise is
she's muted.
muted. Yeah.
Ah,
Hey, I'm not muted now.
wow! I came on and I'm going. What? Where is everybody? What's happening?
No, she's obviously making music right now. No,
Obvious. I thought you were already performing, so I was trying not to disturb it too much.
Yeah, I like to
Just
sneak
a visual
in.
performance. Yeah.
I always like to sneak in quietly, and it never works.
Boy, it sure didn't for me.
Okay, I'm turning on the recording now, and this is shared on both of your Facebook profiles.
Cool.
And we have 2 minutes to whatever, and then the show starts.
Ooh.
To the downbeat, as Gene Sinadino
I'm
says.
playing a song I'm rusty on, so I'm over here practicing it. Don't judge me.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Only a few days now, and then I can cut this off.
And what happens in a few days?
On the 23rd, it'll be 2 shots plus 2 weeks. When I started growing this a week into the shutdown, I said, I'm going to grow my beard until I'm safe.
Yeah. I love it. That was a great idea.
Made me a lot of money at Christmas.
I'll bet.
I was Santa Claus, London, Netherlands, Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bazoo.
I understand. I'm playing in places like North England and Israel, and yeah, I mean it's been a real eye opener. I don't intend to give this up once we're free to move again.
Well, I thought about not cutting my beard off, but golly, it's a pain. I mean, it's more than a cookie duster.
Okay.
Yeah, I had mine grown out, not nearly as wide as that, but last year about this time, right before the pandemic started, and so I trimmed it back a little bit from there.
A little bit. Looks like a little bit. Okay, I'll mute.
All right, we're on. So, welcome everybody to Any Sunday Afternoon Songwriters. I'd like to introduce my guest this week. To my left, no, to my right, probably looks real different to you, is Elise Black, who is from here in Austin. She is an amazing songwriter, an amazing performer, and, well, you'll get to see that for yourself. She also has a successful real estate business and 3 beautiful children. Welcome, Elise. You can unmute and say hi.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Jan. And actually, I wanted to say, related to Clint, that I'm playing a number of songs that I actually co-wrote in Nashville today. So,
All right.
it feels also connected.
Yes, it is. It is. And down catty corner from me is Clint Alphin, who is here from Nashville. He walked all the way. And he is an award-winning songwriter and someone who played in my Swerfa showcase room a couple years ago. And I was very impressed. And so I'm really delighted to present these 2 people this afternoon. And thank you for being here. And down below me, on the screen anyway, is my friend Rick, who has some very entertaining backgrounds to go with the music. So here, thank you, Rick, for being here. This show is streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. I've shared it from my screen to Elise's and Clint's if you'd prefer to watch in one of those places. It's also on my YouTube channel. I'd love to share those with their YouTube channel, but I have not yet figured out how to do that. And there is a tip jar, and it's in the chat. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the chat. So if you're here and your chat is not open, you should do that because that's a whole nother world over there. And now we're ready to begin. Clint, would you like to kick us off?
Sure. This is Song I had, let's see, it was my second album that I put this on. It's kind of a nice little small town love song called Baby Be Good to Me. Tick-tock evening in a truck stop town, tapping at your window, listen to the sound. Won't you come down, baby, be good to me. Well, I drive the car around, baby, be good to me. Walk on water if you want me to. Keep me straight, girl, I wait for you. Patience is a virtue, baby, be good to me. Well, I never want to hurt you, baby, be good to me. Wheels off the welcome wagon, who's my honeybee? Fool me once, shame on you, baby, 2 times, shame on me. Tailspin, booking, dragging our laundry through this mess. Hanging my head, baby, I must confess, just not listening. Reed-legged walking down a red dirt road. Wash your feet, but the red still shows. Save your jawbone and baby, be good to me. Oh, get up in the morning, baby, be good to me. I'll seek, find, bet me blind. We'll start out talking small. Annie up, blame my bluff, but I never heard you call. Free to roam, come back home, keep your suitcase packed. Don't do me like that, baby, be good to me. Can't love you like that, baby, be good to me. Well, son, you be careful, cause you're bound to find pretty women are the meanest kind. Scratch that line, baby, be good to me. Boy, you look so fine, baby, be good to me. Yeah, you look so fine, baby, be good to me. Thank you.
That was lovely.
Aw, Clint, that was lovely. I agree.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We might have to do the it's nice, I can see you're like clapping, then you hear no sound. We might have to do the old we can't mute because my sister's deaf, and like at Gallaudet University and places where they have all deaf, instead of clapping they like do that. You know, so that might have to be the Zoom clap.
Yeah, one of the things I love about Songwriters in the Round is tasteful contributions, as long as like you're not gonna step on toes too badly, but like a little bit of like a guitar tap or something like that. And so that's one thing that I miss about the in the round together bit. But like
it doesn't work as well on Zoom.
I know, I was gonna say I'd hate for the lag to like be just off and you be like, curse you, Elise. I think I'll kick this with just something sweet and simple. This song is one of the first ones I wrote for my now husband. I'm not sure we were married at the time when I wrote it, but we encountered a lot of resistance from our friends when we got together, and it took a lot for us both to not trust them and to trust what was going on between us and the honesty of it, and see through their other self-interest to what was true between us, which felt like the most beautiful, healthy thing I had ever experienced. So this is called Hold On to This. 5 times an hour. I really do listen, 'cause I got distracted by fresh flowers. I know you think that I'm absent-minded, but with this kind of love it'd be easy to be blinded. So won't you hold on to this with me? Won't you hold on to this? Don't think you realize how rare this is. So won't you hold on to this with me? With me. I really don't care who your cup was before you found me. I can still fit a few rainbows and soliloquies. Just admit that you needed me all along. I swear it won't make you any less strong. Oh, take strength to hold on to this with me. You won't you hold on to this? So I don't think you realize how rare this is. So won't you hold on to this with me? With me. We both grew up thinking that love just can't last. Well, that doesn't mean we can't give it a dang good try. I tried this and anything for you, baby, because you're such a reluctantly charming guy. So here on the record is where there'd be this, just breathtaking slide guitar solo. And I am not going to pretend to be a slide guitarist right now, because that would be really amusing. And instead, I'm going to do this instead. I'll take strength to hold on to this with me. You won't you hold on to this? So I don't think you realize how rare this is. So won't you hold on to this with me? With me. Hold on to this. Hold on to this with me.
That was great.
Thank you.
What an engaging song. So we have been at this for a year. Yeah. Whatever you call an anniversary like that. It's been an interesting ride.
I think hell is a good name for it.
Oh, well, I would, except that there's been some good things about it. One of which turned out to be, I went to Israel after dreaming about it since I was a teenager, finally in 2016. And I genuinely thought I was never going to see those people again unless I went back to Israel, which didn't seem to be in the cards. And instead, what's happened is they do a song circle every Sunday morning, and I'm there every Sunday morning. So I just did this one in Israel, and this is about what I'm looking forward to, because I was out for my run yesterday, and there were some people loading, obviously, their grandchildren into the van to go somewhere. My grandchildren, my granddaughters, are in California. So it's either a flight or a 2.5-day drive. Yeah. I pointed out to them how fortunate they were, by the way, as I ran past. I just did this one in Israel, which is what made me think of it. begins with rolling on out of the driveway. Then we're out on the highway under a sky of blue, putting the towers and the telephone poles behind us. No one will find us, 'cause we're just passing through, you and I, just we two. Feels so right on the road with you. Winding river of blacktop stretches before us. Horses ignore us. Cows do too. Slow down, small town in the mirror, and the sky gets clearer. Glad to be here with you and me. Just we two. Feel so free on the road with you. Pines and whitewashed fences, seen through tinted lenses, sunlight shining through the trees. Across the river, water shines like silver. Roll the window down to taste the breeze. Please, at the journey's end is a welcome from friends and family, folks that we've longed to see gathered together. Till that moment arrives, we'll just be driving for a while, both of us wearing a smile of pleasure. This is you and I, just we two. Feel so right on the road with you, you and me, just we two. Feel so free on the road with you. Thank you. And we
man.
just keep doing this round and round until it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of this, Jan.
My pleasure, Clint.
So you mentioned that song about being in California, and so I'm gonna play a song that I wrote, not necessarily about California, but it has California in the title. This is a song I wrote about somebody I met in an acting class, and I got cast in the scene with her, and started kind of was in one of those situations where it's like, yeah, this is probably not going to work out well for my heart, but I'll probably get a song out of it. And so yeah, that's what happened. And the person I wrote this song about, I did finally get to play it last year around, well, I can't remember, it was last year around this time, or I was in Los Angeles at this time last year when COVID happened and everything kind of went down. So you had me thinking about that. And so yeah, I got a song, and the person I wrote it about now is married with 2 kids, so 2 like babies. So I think they my thing is this song is not going to have to go to college in like 18 years, so I might have come out better financially on the end of that bargain. Anyway, this is called Out to California. So it's about the dangers of method acting in the Golden State. I'm thinking about a woman with pretty eyes. Lord, the way she looks at me's a little bit shy and a little bit looking like she wants me to take her home. Oh, maybe it's the liquor talking, maybe it's being alone. She got sweet little lips, she's a good kisser. Well, I think we might have been the right fit, but I can get a little timid with my talking when my heart is gone. Oh, I might have tried to love her, but I know she can't stay long. 'Cause she says she's going out to California. Don't you know that place is shaking into the sea? And the same sun that shines down on California shines on Nashville, Tennessee. She's a pretty good singer, but she won't tell. Gotta do a little digging if you wanna hear for yourself. She makes you work a little harder, but it's fine with me. I wouldn't change a thing about her, but she'll be what she wants to be. And she says she's going out to California. Don't you know that whole damn state is running dry? And the same stars that shine out in California shine brighter in the Nashville sky. The first time that I kissed her, I wasn't sure that it really counted. And I was walking on a road that I hadn't been down in such a long time. The last time that I kissed her, oh, I knew there was something behind it. And I guess I would have moved a little slower if I knew it was the last time. But she says she's going out to California, where I hear the traffic so bad you just sit still. And I can't say I've ever wanted anything in California, but I know someday I will. No, I can't say I've ever wanted anything in California, but I know someday I will. So that's that one.
No, I love that.
That was just beautiful. And
Yeah.
I have had that same conversation, but from the reverse end.
Yeah, my 9-year-old just wandered in to say hi. So that there's also a 2-year-old that would normally nap right now that's gonna get her nap late today. That may wander in. She might be a little more disgruntled, so I apologize if that happens. That made me think of this song, and I don't know why. And I like to jokingly and also kind of honestly call this one, my personal anthem. It's, I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of my life beating myself up and putting myself in my own depression, using that little voice in my head that's so abusive. And there weren't, when I was growing up, this is so, I don't know, this may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but my house was not a super affectionate house. I always got the idea that I needed to get really good grades to deserve hugs and kisses, and I needed to, so one of the things I've really tried to do with my own kids is foster this world of, like, there is an undeniable and constant level of just like love and affection and like unconditional across the board feeling with them. And I mean, they're only 9, 7, and 2 at this point, so we'll see how this works out for me a long time. But I mean, when I met my husband, it was the first time I had ever really, I don't know, at least I can remember experiencing what felt like unconditional love. And through that, we've been able to create this space that really just opened my heart up to the world, I think. And this, I learned that I wanted my life to be about the light and accepting the darkness within myself and walking towards the light. And this song is called Make Love and Laughter, and it's about that. It's about choosing the light, even though it'd be very easy to walk into the darkness. So here you go. Did I mention I was a little rusty on this one? There we go. Spent a long, long time hating myself for all the things that I am. So afraid of my beast that I hid in the shadows. She tore up my lamp. Love stalked behind my smile, never knowing what life could be like. That I was born to make love and laughter. Yes, I was born for my own brand of happily ever after. I won't dwell on the weight of this life like a could. I'm gonna dwell on the things I find right and so good. That I was born to make love and laughter. Thought I'd learned a little bit about forgiving every inch of my soul through and through, but one word of their scorn, and I'm buried for months under my own abuse. Wrapped up, I miss the moments, oh, the breathtaking beauty of your presence, and that you were born to make love and laughter. Yes, you were born your own brand of happily ever after. You won't dwell on the way this life like you could. You're gonna dwell on the things you find right and so good. You were born to make love and laughter. Yeah, I was born a little tomboy with some scraped up knees. Had some high hopes for this life of mine. And I'm still a little tomboy, I'm just climbing bigger trees. And no matter how these dreams unfold with time, oh, we were born to make love and laughter. Oh yes, we were born for our own brand of happily ever after. We won't dwell on the way this life like we could. We're gonna dwell on the things we find right and so good. We were born to make love and laughter. Yes, we were born to make love and laughter. Thank you very much. All you did.
Beautiful. Okay, so
Hey, Jan, can I ask you something real quick?
sure.
I don't know if the people that have just joined in since we've been playing, if they'll be able to see the tip jar link that you posted in the chat. So I don't know if you want to repost it or not.
I definitely do, if it is not visible. Oh, that's right.
Because sometimes when you join in, you can't see the previous iterations of the chat.
That's true. That's true. So there it is, folks. The tip jar will be split 3 ways. And so feel free to be as generous as you please. Try to make it something I can divide by 3, though. So this is a song I wrote from a prompt. And the prompt was go find a story in the newspaper and write a song about it, which is not as instructive as you think. So I opened up the Austin Statesman online, and they had a video and it was this person telling his story, and I decided it was the right story for this song, and I started taking notes on what he had to say, and about halfway through I realized he was pretty much writing my song for me, which is always nice, rhymes and everything. And the way I've been introducing it lately is Elise posted a couple weeks ago that there were, and this has probably changed by now, I think at the time there were 225 available single family houses in Austin. And the demand is something like 1,000 a week. So you can see that would create some stress, some tension. And a lot of developers looking for land to develop. And that's what this song was basically about. So keep that in mind. My daddy really loved this land. I'd feel I was betraying him if I were the one to let it go. He used to say if you had pliers and a roll of baling wire, well, you could fix most anything that broke. Family history's big for me. Great-great-granddad born in slavery. When he was freed, he came to Texas. Bought this land with saved up gold. His descendants each have owned it. I don't propose to be the one to lose it. So it's not for sale. The land is not for sale. The city needs more houses, so I understand. But Papa Connor's land is not for sale. I'm leaving it to my granddaughter. I want to do that for her, 'cause she lost her dad when she was only 5. I do believe that he is watching and happy with these things I'm doing, like he'd do if he were alive. And it's not for sale. This land is not for sale. The city needs more houses, that I understand. But Papa Connor's land is not for sale. She can be anything she wants to be, write her own future. She will keep the land and story going for those who come after. And it's not for sale. This land is not for sale. The city needs more houses, and I understand, but Papa Connor's land is not for sale. The city needs more houses. Yes, I understand, but Papa Connor's land is not for sale. My daddy really loved this land. I'd feel I was betraying him if I were the one to let it go. Thank you. Thanks.
That's great, Jan.
Thank you.
You made me think about a song that I wrote on a prompt. I may try to play a little bit later. I don't know if it was the same prompt that if it was a Swerfa prompt that you wrote that song off of. For those who may not know about Swerfa, we gather together in Austin and have a songwriting prompt that we have to that we can choose to try to write a song and play at the end of the conference. So if I can remember the words to my Swerfa prompt from a couple of years ago, I'll try to play it. But this is a song that's more of a train song. I think I'd been in Nashville about 2 or 3 years, and I don't know if I was getting a little homesick. I was getting tired of the grind, and I thought, man, this is a song about getting fed up and leaving town. But if you write about it, you don't have to do it, and which is a fortunate thing for a lot of those murder ballads, I like to say. But this is a song called Country Train. If you write enough folk and country music, you're going to write a train song eventually. So this is mine. Well, I've never been a quitter, but I think I better quit on you. Thinking about the trouble and the pain you've been putting me through. And nothing gets you nothing anymore. Well, I think you've been lying and I think you've been cheating me too. Think I shouldn't love you, but I really can't help thinking that I do. Well, I'm old enough to know better, but I'm thinking it through. Take myself back down the road that I've been given. Gonna see that sun come up as I walk home. Show my face back in the only place worth living. Gonna take that country train, gonna go back home. Well, I've done a lot of praying and I've done a lot of hurting inside. Been a little foolish and I've done a lot of swallowing pride. Been a little too much in love to be denied. Say my prayers, take a look at my reflection. See a man whose eager eyes give him away. Turn my feet and face the opposite direction. Gonna take that country train away. This is where I do my train impression. The train says, woo, 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 woo. Come around again, it says, woo, 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 woo. Well, they told me that a little bit of learning wouldn't do me any harm. Told me that a little bit of living wouldn't kill me in the long run. Well, I've lived enough to learn to bite my tongue. Take myself back down the only road I'm given. Gonna see that sun come up as I walk home. Show my face back in the only place worth living. Gonna take that country train, go back home. Gonna take that country train, go back home. Yeah, gonna take that country train, go back home. Woohoo! Thanks. Shout out to Rick there with the train motif on his back. I noticed that almost made me mess up my chord. I was like, oh, that's cool.
The trick is to look at it first when he first does it, and then don't look at it again.
That's wonderful.
That's fun. Let's see. This next one for me is "Come to Me," and this is about watching someone I love very, very much go into a very dark place and wanting to almost go there with them to bring them back to the light. I don't know. It's almost, I don't know. It's hard to get through to someone when they're in a dark enough place. If you can't get with them there and bring them back to light through, I don't know, Sunday mornings and pancakes and waking up to simple things that make humans happy. I don't know about pancakes being a simple thing, making people's humans is complex carb, all that jazz, whatever. Simple carb. But this song is called Come to Me. Come to me. I keep calling
eyes on the horizon. I just keep falling a kiss, waiting on my lips while the wind whips and wraps me up across the seas. Please come to me when, come to me when, run to me. Life is aching, it withers and wounds you, but now you're waking to sunlight and lazy days. I will tether the space, I will buoy you home. Oh yes, you're finally free. So please come to me when, come to me. Oh, I've gazed past this misery and I see some hope for us in the shade of the beach, in the light of a house, in the fray of a road. Oh no, when crawl, fall to me if you're sinking, if daylight is fading. My eyes are for drinking, my skin a bed for your bones. You are never alone in your darkest of hours beside this flaming tree. So please come to me when, come, come to me.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm involved in an effort to do a festival virtually for Earth Day. It sort of fell from the sky. And I wrote this song for the person who's running the festival for a ebook and video project he was doing. This was a couple of years ago. And he wants me to use it for the festival, which is, that's fine, because thank you, I like the song. Thanks for the idea. And it seems particularly appropriate now because that freeze that made the national news, I couldn't help but, I mean, aside from the astonishing experience of looking out my back door and seeing an expanse of snow, which I'm proud to say I actually did gear up and go out and walk in the snow, which I haven't done since I left New York. And, you know, I always took a little bit of delight in being the first footprints off West 68th Street in Central Park. And this was the first footprints in my backyard. They went halfway across the yard and came right back, and I took a picture of them just to prove that that actually happened. But the whole time it was going on, I kept thinking, you know, we're looking at our future. And we need to gear up for that, or it's going to be too late to gear up for that. Yeah. So this is the song I wrote for him that is apropos of that. like the children grow, like the four winds blow, like the ebb and flow of the ocean. Nothing stays the same. Everything is in motion. Add a little heat, just a few degrees, make it just a little bit warmer, and get a weird new kind of winter, and a strange new sort of summer, 'cause a change is coming, a change is coming. It's a brand new time, we need a new design, and we've got to start working together. Learn to see that new vision. Take that new step forward, 'cause a change is coming. A change is coming. We are still alive. We can survive if we move on, 'cause a change is coming. It's a new dance now. Change is coming. Take a new chance now. Change is coming. Sing a new note now. Change is coming. Got a new hope now. Change is coming. A change is coming. Change is coming. Change is coming. Change is coming. A change is coming. In fact, it's here. Thank you.
See.
Yeah.
There we go.
A few triple-digit summers, and I think we'll get the message.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and do that song prompt, the Swerve a Song prompt song that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to see if I can remember the words and the chords. Maybe take it a little slower than normal. This is my prompt was newspaper, and this was the song I wrote from that one word. And I've got my, I don't know if you can see her. This is my little dog that I talk about in the song. She's come up and joined me here on the couch. Her name's Bonnie. Shameless pet plug. Woke up this morning, made a pot of coffee. My little dog, she was staring at me. Put some food in her bowl, and then I sat me down for a morning read. I read the story, saw the world was ending, right next to one with two folks spending all of their money, planning a wedding everybody wanted to see. But there's perfect, pretty people who need to tell you how lucky they are. Folks who want to buy your vote, and folks who read the stars. It's all in the newspaper, right there in the newspaper. It's fact for fact in white and black. If you'll see, you'll believe. Go get yourself a newspaper, right off the shelf newspaper. Just start your morning, keep yourself informed, and we'll go on peacefully. Well, I'm not one for following all the rich young men who play games with balls, but all the calls and wins and losses are right there for your pleasure. And if you like to argue some, well, you might get a kick out of all the tons of people spouting off opinions just to release the pressure. You can say anything you want as long as you pay by the word. And if you're more liable to read your Bible, you can still thank Gutenberg. He printed the newspaper, invented the newspaper. It's just your type, anything you like, tossed right up at your door. Delivered in the newspaper, I'll give it to the newspaper. Yeah, left or right, you can't deny it's all you've been asking for. You know you love the newspaper, everybody loves the newspaper. Well, I'd like to see you train your dog with a blog or a message board. No, for that you need a newspaper. Pup pooped and peed newspaper. The defender of democracy, carpet and hardwood floors. The defender of democracy, carpet and hardwood floors.
I really enjoyed that.
That was
Thanks.
hilarious.
Being
That
a
was relatively
punster,
painless.
I like the way you played with the words.
Thanks. That was a fun one. That was a fun one to write. It kind of like started falling out, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna go for broke with this one."
Well, I think you broke the mold.
That was super fun.
That's on the new album I'm working on, so I'm looking forward to having that one out.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, this one's called OOO. I guess, which is different than PPP or QQQ. Ha ha ha. Here you go. Here in the dark, no sunlight on my face. I've been stumbling through the night, been beaten all the way. Knife in my back, wolves are at my door, looking at my life, not fair, love and war. Open, foolish, when wouldn't it be cool if the sun's coming up, moon's falling down? Would not call it love, but I would not rule it out. No, tingling in my hands, straight down on my toes. If it's not the promised land, then I'm close. Oh, and what do you do when black is all you know? I've been staring at the white and I don't know where to go. Bluebird in the sky, smile upon my face. I guess I'll be alright in this better place. Hopeful and foolish, when wouldn't it be cool if the sun's coming up, moon's falling down? Would not call it love, but I would not rule it out. No, tingling in my hands, straight down on my toes. If it's not the promised land, then I'm close. No, sun's coming up, moon's falling down. Would not call it love, but I would not rule it out. No, tingling in my hands, straight down on my toes. If it's not the promised land, well, it's not the promised land. No, the sun's coming up, a moon's falling down. I would not call it love, but I would not rule it out. No, tingling in my hands, straight down on my toes. If it's not the promised land, then I'm close.
I couldn't find a picture of tingling in my hands.
I mean, there might be some really interesting results that came out from that one.
This one was pretty good, I thought.
No, it's good. New day. I like it.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to unmute. It happens at least once every show. So last night I was on with a group of friends and we were talking about One person was introducing his song by, he'd lived in a dozen different houses, and he wrote a song for his houses, and it was a really nice song too. And while he was singing it, I started counting up how many houses I'd lived in and realized I'd hit a dozen before I'd hit 25. And it just went on from there. We've been stable here for about 20 years, but that was a new thing for me. No, we're not moving anymore. And in fact, that move was so fraught that I decided if I ever move again, somebody else will do it and I'll be in Tahiti while they do. Yeah, not doing that again. Okay, so, but this house has been very good to us, and I wrote this song for this house. Whoops. I'm going to start it the way it really starts. We've had some good times in this house, painting walls and growing gardens, holidays and birthday parties, now and then a glass of wine out in the yard, making music with our friends, watching movies in the den, sitting round the kitchen table playing cards. We've had some good times in this house. We are a family in this house. We've had some hard times in this house. We've had storms and we've had anger. We have acted like we're strangers, but then the danger's past, the storm is done. We've had fire and flood, but each time push came to shove, we stood with one another and we won. We've had some hard times in this house. We're still a family in this house. You can't see it from the outside if you passed it on the street, but the roof and walls are sweet with life and love. You'd only know that if you live in this house. This is where the flute solo goes. One of these days we'll leave this house, 'cause our children will be grown. They'll have families of their own. Someday will be stories they will tell, and the stories will be sweet like the cookies baked and eaten, and the dinners round the table. So as long as we are able, we'll be a family in this house. We are a family in this house. We've had some good times in this house. Thank you. Thanks.
That was great. Oh, Jan, I just want to thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this. It's really nice to get to sit down and share songs with people and have people listen. You kind of take it for granted when you hadn't been able to do it for, a year or more. And it's really nice.
Yeah. And we have audience here from all over the place. We have one person from Israel, one person from England, and one person, several people from Austin, and one person from right here in my house.
Yeah. Well, and I thanks for posting the links on Facebook, and I'm not sure if people that aren't on the Zoom call are listening or tuning in on the Facebook live feed or whatever too. So welcome to those folks.
Also on YouTube.
Yeah. The thing I love about this Zoom thing is, usually I when I go to Folk Alliance or something, I have this name tag sign that was made for me by the people at the Fresh Grass Bluegrass Festival in Massachusetts, and so I've started carrying that around with me, you know, because my name is not necessarily common, but it's not that hard to spell. But now with Zoom, you've got the names right here on people, so you can like look up people and go to their website and their Instagram and YouTube and all that kind of stuff and follow us. And so this song that I'm going to play, it's called "The Flood," and I wrote it just before and just after the big flood that we had in 2010 in Nashville. And I was fortunate enough not to have any damage to my house, and not to actually be around for it. I did come back, you know, afterwards. I was on the road anyway. And that said, it's really not about that flood. The best way I can describe it is I started out writing it about a girl I was getting over, and then I ended up writing it about getting over the girl that got me over the girl I was getting over. So yeah, it's kind of about that. When I sat down here, I was gonna write a love song. I was gonna write a love song when I sat down here. When I thought of you, I could not think of anything good. I could not think of anything good when I thought of you. You say the best of us is blended with our pain. You say the more that things get different, oh, the more they stay the same. In my empty room, I will wait upon my Savior. I will wait upon my Savior till he comes again. On this lonely road, sometimes happy's hard to come by. Sometimes happy's hard to come by on this lonely road. And in their harmony, I hear choirs of fallen angels. I hear choirs of fallen angels in their harmony. 7 days and 7 nights to try my love, wondering if the worst was over when we made it through the flood. To this baptized land, I returned from holy water. I returned from holy water to this baptized land. When the well runs dry, we will pray for rainy weather. We will pray for rainy weather when the well runs dry. And in a simpler time, we would have learned to walk together. We would have learned to walk together in a simpler time. Spinning my wheels over what I did, I had and done. Asking myself if there was a moment when you thought I was the one. But if you come back around, I could be a better lover. I could be a better lover if you come back around. Thank you. Thank you. That's one of my favorites to play. So.
That makes my heart happy, sad all at the same time. I love those kind of songs.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I feel like most all the things that are most true about life are contradictions in a way. I don't know. Maybe that's just because they seem poetic because they're contradictory, but I really do feel like they have a lot of truth to them. This next song for me is called Eye of the Storm. I think we all have just a crazy ton going on in our lives these days, even with COVID and all that. As you can see, I have a toddler bed right behind me. I'm technically in my bedroom and my recording area is on the side. And this just feels symbolic of my life. Trying to run a business full time, still make art, help out the world where I can while raising 3 kids and homeschooling 2 of them right now. It's an adventure, and I don't think it's that original to be that full. This is called Eye of the Storm, which is kind of how I feel about it all, which is the best thing to do when you're overwhelmed and the world has gone crazy, is stand in the middle and throw up your arms and dance, have the best time you can, because it's not like there are going to be that many times in life where life is still. So here you go. Eye of the Storm.
Oh yes, you've got my string, but the wind has more power. The sky is a dancing thing. No need for the ground. My skin is just paper. My bones are just twigs that stand me tall. But the wind is just vapor, and vapor must pass and be gone. My hair whips my face. This may take me away. Oh, the rain may be fast, but it's warm. And I'm smiling and spreading my arms to the heavens as I dance in the eye of the storm. When the ground is so far and the lightning so near, my mind races with my heart to the edge of all fear, and I must let it wash away. Every drop still soaks me through. I just think of our brighter days to come, and I dream I'm holding you. My hair whips my face. This may take me away. Oh, the rain may be fast, but it's warm. And I'm smiling and spreading my arms to the heavens as I dance in the eye of the storm. Who needs the calm to calm the heart? I might be torn, but this can tear me apart. Who needs the calm to calm the heart? The will of the wind can never touch the stars. My hair whips my face. This may take me away. Oh, the rain may be fast, but it's warm. And I'm smiling and spreading my arms to the heavens as I dance in the eye of the storm. As I dance in the eye of the storm, as I dance in the eye of the storm, as I dance in the eye of the stone.
That was gorgeous and sums it right up. I got turned on to this idea not too long ago that the most interesting parts to tell about your life are the parts, the turning points that were total agony while they were happening, but make a great story later on. And there's wisdom in those turning points too. Wisdom you wouldn't find any other way. You don't need the calm to calm your heart. Yeah. So I'm going to take us down a different trail altogether for a moment because I found this out last year. I've been writing in every songwriting challenge I could find. And as a result, in this year, I've written as many songs as I usually write in 2 or 3 years. I have 94 songs and counting because I've got one due tonight. And it's not written yet because apparently I like pressure better than anything.
You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, I know. But, you know, well, here's the reason why I can do it. Because if I don't turn in a song tonight, I get kicked off the grid for 3 weeks. And I know that the next really important one will happen during those 3 weeks. So anyway, this was written last March, right after we went into lockdown. And the prompt was, see if you can get all the colors of the rainbow into your song. And I thought, well, I probably can do that, but I may need some help. So I looked it up on Google to see what Google had for me. And what it had was wonderful. March 30th is National Crayon Day. Yeah. Who could resist that? And I've tried to get this to the Crayola company, and they are very, very reclusive, shall we say. I have an address. I could send them a CD. I don't know if anybody will actually play it, but I'm planning to try. So I've got red, brick red, and scarlet, and jaspberry, plenty of oranges, like sunset and sienna, lemon yellows in there too, sunglow and canary, olive, sea green, and shamrock. And I've got blue, cerulean to denim, navy and Pacific robins, egg and cornflower. I've got eggplant to plum, royal purple to fuchsia, indigo and cobalt. Lord, I'm in their power. I got the box of 120, sharpener on the side, right where I need it. Got the box, so give me lots of paper. It's National Crayon Day. Yeah, there it is. Gonna make a banner, hang it in my window, all the colors of the rainbow and a few nature never thought of. I want everyone to know, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, I am in love with the box of 120, sharpener in the side, right where I need it. Got the box, give me lots of paper. It's National Crayon Day. Did you know that crayons have collectors? Did you know that crayons have a history? If there's not a crayon museum, there should be. For the box of 120, sharpener in the side, just where you'd need it. Got the box, give me lots of paper. It's National Crayon Day. Give me lots of paper, 'cause it's National Crayon Day. Remember that, March 30th. It's important.
That's silly fun. I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna play another. I'm gonna keep maybe the lighthearted and fun motif going here for a bit. And this is a song that I don't know that I have to explain to the Austin people on the call here, because if you grew up or have lived in the South for any time, I grew up in North Carolina. I live in Nashville, Tennessee now, so I've pretty much lived in the South my whole life. And we have a way of doing things and saying things sometimes that I don't know. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes if we meant what we said a little bit more, it might be better. And this is one of those. This is like my ambassadorship song from the South to other parts of the world. So let's see if we can start this off. Well, there's a thing that the Southerners say some folks don't understand, but I guess you can mean it the wrong way, and some people might take offense. It's just a sweet little useful phrase for when something don't sit right. But you got to keep up appearances if you're trying to be polite. Bless your heart. That's the thing you say when you just can't put it any other way. When you're on the spot and you don't want to fight, you can keep everything all right and just say, bless your heart. Well, you got to get something to eat and you're running a bit behind. So you go through the drive-through window thinking you're going to save some time. But the fella, he's not all there, can't go through the proper change. Spills the coffee on your business suit and you didn't want onion rings. Oh, bless his heart. He's a child of God. He's just doing his sorry job. And you don't know what he's going through. You'd want him to do the same for you. Say, bless his heart. Well, you can say what you want to say about folks raised up down south. We can be a little bit hard-headed, thinking we got it figured out. And try hard as I may to help everybody get along. Sometimes it feels like my mouth is where my foot belongs. Oh, bless my heart. I'm stupid too. Don't always know what's right for you. But if I beg your pardon, would you give me grace? Cuss me to my back, but tell me to my face. Bless my heart. Oh, bless our hearts. We're getting by. Farther along, we'll see eye to eye. But until then, I'll call you brother. We can begin to love each other. Bless our hearts. Yes, until then, you're my sister or my brother. We can begin to love each other. Bless our hearts. We can begin to love each other. Bless our hearts. We can begin to love each other. Bless our hearts.
Yes. I figured out there's a Yiddish equivalent.
Oh, yeah.
It's you should live and be well. It means exactly the same thing.
I can see that.
An aspect of to each their own to it. It's a strange way to take this now, but pardon me, David?
I love it.
Nice. Thank you. So I was thinking about doing this one next. I grew up in a very religious family, and nothing against religion, because I have a lot of religious friends that I really respect. And my version that I grew up in was very much about, everything related to your body was very, you don't talk about that, you keep it hidden, you don't, it was just sinful, obviously sinful. And it took me a while to realize that even even in the presence of a divine being, our bodies are one of the best gifts that we have. Like, they're a beautiful thing that we don't need to be ashamed of. And so this is a song about that awakening there to our bodies and our sensuality and our aliveness being an amazing, phenomenal blessing. So here you go.
Satisfaction stood still like a lady in a lino, bundled with promise, warm will. She would be mine. She climbed on your back and she climbed in your eyes. She murdered your maybes and loved all your lies. And all I could see then was wanting you near. I kissed you and kept you naked with me here. My body is burning, my body is on. You can't stop this fire. That shame is all gone. That shame for your kissing, shame for your touching, shame for your sharing all your passion and loving. Bear all your bodies bathed in the light. Drink all this guilt, feel the love, feel alive. My body is burning, my body is on. Can you rage in fire? Was here all along. One by one our fingers meet, palms and arms and chest and veins. They burn tightly together, yet we never feel any pain. No satisfaction stood still like a tiger in a trap, oh, held hostage in the dirt till she slipped out the back. Oh, my body is burning, my body is on. You can't stop this fire. That shame is all gone. That shame for your kissing, shame for your touching, shame for your sharing all your passion and loving. Bear all your bodies bathed in the light. Shake all this guilt, feel the love, feel alive. 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 My body is burning, my body is on. New raging fire was here all along. Oh, my body is burning, my body is on. They can't stop this fire. That shame is all gone. All gone.
Beautiful. So, Clint, where are you going to be next, and where can folks find you online?
Let's see. I am at clintoffen.com online and also on Instagram and Facebook. There's I have a Clint Offen music page, which is my music page, if you would like and follow that. And then you can follow me on Instagram. And then feel free to send me a friend request as well, just at my Facebook page. But if you do send me a friend request, please make sure to like the music page too, because that helps a lot, when we've got followers. And if you happen to be in Nashville, the next place I will be playing is at the Commodore Grill on West End in Nashville on the 26th of March. I believe that's at 7:00. I need to get back. I usually keep my gigs posted and updated on Facebook and Instagram a little bit better than I keep it updated on my website. But especially this past year, it's almost like I've forgotten about my website. But that said, you can get all my like music and all that kind of stuff from the website or from iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm not hiding anywhere. Like it's the name is ALPHIN, as you can probably see on my video, and that's where you'll find me.
Great. And Elise, how about you? Where are you going to be next, and where can they find you online?
You know, it's funny because I went from doing like 125, 150 shows a year for almost a decade to I have absolutely no shows scheduled. I have 6 records out. There were all the things, all the places you get records, and obviously at eliseblack.com. And I actually vowed this last year before the metaphorical shiz hit the fan, and that I was going to start performing again 1 to 2 times a month, and get back into it. And then life got weird. And suddenly I'm homeschooling. Yay.
Yay.
So I'm all running a business. Yay. But I appreciate you, Jan, a lot for forcing me to do this. You didn't force me at all, but by asking me and therefore encouraging me, because this has been a promise to myself for a while. That being said, happy to Facebook friend, would love to know you guys better. And then also, if you like what you're hearing, I highly recommend my latest record, which is self-titled. And I actually have a lullabies record. I call it Lullabies for Adults, but it's kid friendly and has gorgeous old fashioned tunes like Over the Rainbow, What a Wonderful World, and stuff like that. And a couple others I'm really proud of. I think we all have records that we're like, ooh, maybe don't pay attention to that one. And then other records were like, this is the one. Yeah. So, and I really, really appreciate being here. Thanks, Jen, for asking.
Oh, well, you couldn't appreciate it more than I appreciate having you and Clint. You too. This Any Sunday show is, it's ish every other Sunday. Sometimes it's more than that. It used to be the second Sunday of each month, and it took me about a week to figure out that it could be any Sunday I wanted. Hence the name. And it also took me about a week and a half to figure out that I was no longer limited to people who were either in or passing through Austin. So that was pretty cool too. And as a result, I've decided not to discontinue this when we're all back to whatever normal means these days. That was some pretty tangible effects for something that was metaphorical. Shit hitting the fan. And if you'd like to know who's coming up, or you just want to stay in touch, please put your email in the chat. And if you don't have your chat open, there's a whole nother world going on over there that you should really check out. Put your email in the chat, and then I can put you on the list for the show and let you know who's going to be here. And you can also direct your chatty remarks to Elise and or Clint and let them know that you want to be available to them too. So please feel free. Our next show is March 28th, and it will be Tom Smith and hold on just a minute. Tom Smith and Annette Wasilik, and hopefully I did not just butcher her name. And then we have 2 shows in April and 3 shows in May. I'm having way too much fun to stop now. So on my website, which is janseides.com, you will find my 6 or so albums and the book that I made for one of them, which is called Unsung, and is all about people in the Bible who didn't get their stories told. I decided it was my job to make sure those stories got told. Also, the new thing is, I don't know if you can see this, I'm not close enough to the camera, but I have jewelry now that's made by Kathy Miller of Love and Life Art. and it's made from precious stones or semi-precious stones and precious metals and my guitar strings, which I'm just astounded by. And it's not kitsch, not by any stretch of that description. I'm not selling this one. That should give you a clue. Anyway, this is one of the songs from Unsung. And the story behind it is, if you were a woman in biblical times and you didn't have a husband and you didn't have children, you didn't have a role. And that's what he did to her. He didn't actually sacrifice her life, but he might as well have. Jephthah was my father, a soldier and commander. Jephthah was a gambler, and like gamblers everywhere, he made a deal with God. Defeat my enemies, give me this victory. That was his prayer, and in return he offered up the first to meet him at his door, when the goats came out to greet him as he marched home from his war. I am his daughter, his only daughter, no sisters and no brothers. After all this time, I love my father, so I danced out to the gate, came to celebrate him, but I found him crying 'cause he'd vowed to surrender the first to meet his eyes, and now his only child would be that sacrifice. And I would have no name, 'cause I'd have no life, 'cause I'd never be a mother, I'd be no man's wife, and I'd have no heirs, and he would have the same, and more important, I'd have no name. You never find out what her name was. She's just Jephthah's daughter. So I went up to the hills with all the other virgins. We sang laments and dirges, raised up our voices, and the men tell the tale of Jephthah's righteous glory, but they wouldn't have that story if I'd had a choice. And sometimes the women gather to mourn my pain, and they weep for Jephthah's daughter and her forgotten name. Because I had no name, 'cause I had no life, 'cause I never was a mother, I was no man's wife, and I had no heirs, despite my father's fame, and more important, I had no name. I had no heirs, let that be my father's shame, and from that day to this one, I have no name.
Oh man, I have to get that project from you. I'm looking forward to hearing that. I grew up in church, and still attend a much different church from what I grew up in, but yeah, it always fascinates me at how people kind of can round the rough edges off the Bible, which is a very, very complicated book with some very dark stories in there. And to me, that doesn't necessarily make it makes it more amazing of a work of literature. You know, it's just not, you know, or work of scripture. Anyway, I was thinking about playing this one, and it works well with your no name motif. and also a little bit of the recovering religious people motif. This is called Nobody Knows My Name, and it's a kind of a good old traveling troubadour song. Nobody knows my name, nobody knows my name. I have walked this winding road, nobody knows my name. You stay in one place too long, can't sing a traveling song. Right or wrong, one thing remains, nobody knows my name. I am an only son, I've learned to travel on. Tried to make me a family man, but I was a vagabond. Guess I grew up alright, about wearing a suit and tie. But the coffee cup and the daily grind never did suit my mind. Nobody knows my name, nobody knows my name. I have walked this winding road, nobody knows my name. Stay in one place too long, can't sing a traveling song. Right or wrong, one thing remains, nobody knows my name. Well, I've been born again, turned 18 when I was 10. You hear me talk, you think I thought that I was a preacher man. Well, I guess I grew up alright, but I still don't sleep at night. Take $1 grief from a nickel sin, yes, I've been born again. Nobody knows my name, nobody knows my name. I have walked this winding road, nobody knows my name. Stay in one place too long, can't sing a traveling song. Right or wrong, one thing remains, nobody knows my name. Oh, nobody knows my name, nobody knows my name. I have walked this winding road, nobody knows my name. Stay in one place too long, can't sing a traveling song. Right or wrong, one thing remains, nobody knows my name. It's right or wrong, one thing remains, nobody knows my name. Thank you.
Woohoo!
That's the fun one.
Yeah. This one I actually co-wrote with a good friend of mine, Andy Renfrey, who lives in Nashville now, and it's just
No,
one.
Andy.
Yeah. She's just one of the sweetest people that kind of ever existed on the planet. And so I feel really fortunate to have written that with her. And it's called Love Lives. And I don't play it. I mean, I don't play anything lately, but I don't play this one in particular lately. So, but I love the words to this. So yeah, so here goes. This has a sing-along part to it too. I'm going to sing it for you. You don't have to sing, but I'm just saying that if you mute, you're the only person who's going to hear you, and that might be kind of fun or something. I don't play this one in particular lately. So what do you say? But I love the words to this. Oh, yay! I'm so glad. Hold on. I got to figure out where that voice is coming from. It has a sing-along part to it too. I'm going to sing it for you. You don't have to sing. Oh, yay. And that might be kind of fun. Yeah. Oh, wait. That's weird. It's playing me. What did you say? Did anybody hear me? I love the words for this. Oh, hold on. Yay. I'm so glad. Hold on. I got to figure out where's that coming from?
We got a loop.
Maybe if I mute
If you've
myself.
got your Facebook, no. If you've got your Facebook open, or if somebody else does, that's where it's coming from. Because you can tell because it's delayed by a few minutes. So whoever's got something open and playing.
Yeah, that was really weird talking to myself. All right, here goes. And now
Well, at least you enjoyed yourself.
I was like, thanks, nice person. Then I was like, wait, this sounds suspiciously familiar. All right, here goes. This is the sing along part. It goes, oh, 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 no, no, oh, 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 no, no, love dies in weariness and wandering and hopelessness and pondering affairs of the heart, and love cries. At Hallmark movies watched alone with no one you can even phone in the saddest parts, but love lives in stolen kisses on a train, shed umbrellas in the rain that like a silver curtain falls, beats against the chamber walls of hearts that learn to give. Yeah, that's where love lives. Ooh, love lies in fires where you warm your toes and chopsticks on an old piano, perfectly out of tune. Love hides with children laughing in the park where fireflies light up the dark on a Saturday in June. But love lives in stolen kisses on the train, shed umbrellas in the rain that like a silver curtain falls, beats against the chamber walls of hearts that learn to give. Yeah, that's where love lives. And the sing-along part, it goes, oh, 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 no, no, oh, 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 no, no. And love lives in stolen kisses on a train, shed umbrellas in the rain, and like a silver curtain falls, beats against the chamber walls, hearts that learn to give. Yeah, that's where love lives. In stolen kisses on a train, shed umbrellas in the rain, and like a silver curtain falls, beats against the chamber walls of hearts that learn to give. Yeah, that's where love lives. Thank you.
You like that picture?
Hey, I apologize. I was listening and then I joined the Zoom, but I couldn't figure out how to close what I was listening to. So you were hearing yourself as I was trying to get in.
Was you.
So I just had to close everything and then try to come back in again. So sorry.
Well, that was lovely, Elise.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is after a few of the kind of song that you heard from Unsung, I decided I needed something lighthearted. And basically what I discovered is you have to go through and just pick out characters and then say something lighthearted about them. Because if you're hunting for humor in the Bible, it's going to be a long hunt. So I did that. I picked out some characters and brought my own sense of humor to it, and that's what this is. I may have been the first one out of the womb on the day that we were born. I may have grown taller and stronger, but that may be unimportant. Though I was the better hunter, you were the one who got blessed. I may have been Papa's fair-haired boy, but Mom always liked you best. I may have sold you my birthright, 'cause I was a hungry guy. And the smell of your bean stew made me crazy enough to pay your price. You totally fooled me with your trick, and I didn't protest. Papa might have liked the meat I brought, but Mom always liked you best. I'll admit I wasn't around much, and Mom may have thought that a shame, but she always called you her sweet Jacob and had trouble remembering my name. It's Esau, Mom. So when it came time for Papa to give my inheritance to me, Mom led you into his room instead, 'cause she knew he couldn't see. She made you feel and smell just like me, and you stole my bequest. And by the time I got there, it was too late, 'cause Mom always liked you best. There goes my future. Mom always liked you best. She said God made her do it, but we both know Mom always liked you best. Like the twins. Thank you. This coming up will be our last round. And it's been such a pleasure to play for all of you. And it's been such a pleasure to have you, Clint, and have you, Elise. The cockles of my heart are warmed.
Well, thank you so much, Jan. I am just had a wonderful time playing for y'all, and just am so grateful to be able to connect and play for people at this time where hopefully we're going to get to do it in person again sometime soon. And I will I'd love to come and play a live show with you out in Austin or somewhere out there, and or have you guys out here to Nashville. This song I'm going to play for whoever it is that's listening in Israel, because this song is a song that I wrote. Hey there.
There's two now. Janet and Phil are both in Israel. Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. This song is for you and for everybody, really. It's a song I started writing and I kind of put it away. I didn't know exactly where I was going with it, what I was writing about, until I took my one and only trip over to Israel. And when I came back, I came and revisited this melody and this song. And yeah, it just kind of fell out within the like 24 or 48 hours of returning from Israel. And it's a song called Plowshares. And there is a video of it if you want to look it up, that I did myself for a religious studies course that I was taking. It was an art project, and I used the recording and did my own little time-lapse crayon drawing. So yeah, the first words that I started the song out with are from the end of The Great Gatsby, and then that's all I knew I had of the song. And then when I came back from Israel, the rest of it kind of came together. This is Plowshares. Thank you so much for having me. Somebody my video just went away. Sorry. There we go. Somebody in the chat just said, let us know when we're coming back. I will. Thank you, Janet. And yeah, thank you so much. We are boats against the water. We are sons and we are daughters. We are the victims of our fathers, fed on fruits from seeds of sin. But the battle is not between us. It haunts the ether up above us. It is buried in the bloody dust, but the end is in our hands. Standing on the sharpened ends, a step away from dying. Oh, my words, may they return unwasted from the lips of Abram's child. Brother, I lay down my sword, beat it into a plowshare, oh Lord. Brother, won't you lay yours down and we'll sow peace together. We are conflicted from creation. The war is older than our nations. But we are standing in our stations. We possess the power to change. We hold the keys if we are willing to unlock the peace of the holy city. The kingdom come for you and me among us here today. Staring at each other through the sights of dirty iron. Brights of my eyes, white as yours, our fears are just the same. Brother, I lay down my guns, beat them into plowshares at once. Brother, won't you lay yours down and we'll sow peace together. Hasn't it been long enough? 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 Brother, I lay down my bonds, beat them into plowshares, come on. Brother, won't you lay yours down and we'll sow peace together. Brother, won't you lay yours down and we'll sow peace together. Brother, let's lay them down and we'll sow peace together.
Wow, Clint.
Thank you, Jan.
That's beautiful, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that recorded?
Yes, that is the very last song on my album called Postmodern Man. It's that one.
Cool.
Yeah, I encourage you to look up the video on YouTube too, because that turned out really well for me, not knowing how to do what I did any better. So I was pleased the way that turned out. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, and the words from the end of the book were, I think, even more poetic, the way you put them than when I read them. So I really like that. This is really beautiful. I'm gonna finish up with a song of mine called "Put Your Feet Up." It's another Nashville co-write, and it's about how no matter how hard you need to work, you also need to breathe and take some time. So here you go.
Let's start a fire, babe. It's been such a long day. Concrete walls and mistakes again. Looking so tired, babe. It's there on your face. So take off your shoes and then you put your feet up. You spread your arms way out. Lay your head back. Day is done nor tomorrow. No more fears, fears and doubts. Lay them down with me here and now. Put your feet up. We got each other, babe, when everything aches, when everything fades away. And we can't be bothered, babe, with the things we can't change. Just one thing left to do today. Oh, you put your feet up, you spread your arms way out, lay your head back. Day is done and you've done enough. No tomorrow, no more fears, fears and doubts. Lay them down with me here and now, and put your feet up. The world on your shoulders is not worth the weight. Everyone deserves someone who can wrap them up in grace. So know when you come home to me, you put your feet up, you spread your arms way out, lay your head back. Day is done and you've done enough. No tomorrow, no more fears, fears and doubts. Lay them down with me here and now, and put your feet up. No tomorrow, no more fears, fears and doubts. Lay them down with me here and now, and put your feet up. Oh, lay right down with me here and now, and put your feet up.
Beautiful, Elise.
Thank you.
We all get to do that, right? So this has been Clint Alphen and Elise Black, and I hope you've enjoyed the afternoon. I know I have, and I'm so excited that they came and grateful that they came. And I'm also excited for the show in 2 weeks. And Clint, I hope you'll take Phil up on her invitation to come join us in Israel on any Sunday morning. Well, for us it's Sunday morning. For them it's Sunday night. So.
Oh yeah, you may have to send me that link. I would love to do that. That would be wonderful.
Yes. So this is my parting shot. And it's all about how wonderful this afternoon has been and how beautiful the sunshine looks through my window, and I intend to get out in it fairly soon. And yeah. Thank God for daylight savings time. Baby's pretending she's dancing on the ceiling, leaping over chandeliers, reaching out her hands to touch the floor. Her daddy's on his way home. Any minute he'll be coming through the door. And just for this moment, everything is all right. And I know it cannot last, 'cause I've learned from the past, you cannot stop the travels of time. But just for this moment, everything is fine. Long ago I read that life would be better if we could let go and let ourselves be here now. Well, you know that's not so easy. You get lazy and distracted and forget somehow that just for this moment, everything is all right. And I know that it will end, and even the memory will slowly dim and fade. Just for this moment, everything's okay. Moments come and go, love will ebb and flow, and children grow. We don't live forever, so I want you to know I love you so, and I'm so glad we're together. The way it is today, there but for the grace, praise on my mind and colors my thoughts constantly. But every now and then my eyes will open so I can see that just for this moment, everything is all right. And I know that we'll move on, and the moment will be gone, and I wouldn't change that even if I could. Just for this moment, life is so good. Thank you. Y'all have made it wonderful. So if you wouldn't mind uncloaking so we can all say goodbye, that would be lovely. And thank you for being here. Come back on the 28th. Go visit Elise and Clint online. And thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you so much, everybody. It was wonderful to play for you. Thank you, Jan and Elise.
Thank you.
Wonderful to play for you.
Thank you.
And thank you to all our friends on Facebook and YouTube as well.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Hey, there's Andy.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it. Very nice.
Okay, it's been fun. See you next time, I hope.
Yes.
Hi, Janet. Good to see you.
Come over to our side.
Pardon?
You can come back.
Oh, well, yes, of course. I wish it was that easy.
Yes, I know.
How's
She's
your
just on the
family?
next block.
How's your family?
They're okay. They're,
Good. All the
in the
kids,
States
grandkids?
are, we haven't seen the kids in the States for a little too long. We were hoping they'd come in the fall, but nobody
Yeah.
knows yet.
Yeah, we're in the States and we can't even see our kids in the States. So
Yeah, it's kind of a long walk.
Israel has done most of the vaccines already. They're now working their way through the high school kids
oh, good.
and
Thank
arguing with
goodness.
the anti-vaxxers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's going on here some too, just a little.
yeah. So
Things here are starting to open. You produce your certificate that you've had both vaccines, and you could, you wear a mask, and they let you into the shops, and the sports centers are starting to open, the theaters are starting to open,
Good.
but there's still reduced numbers and leaving lots of space.
Yeah, that's prudent.
But it's starting to almost think about being normal.
Well,
Close.
it's really interesting to see how people have adjusted or not. Like this is
I'm now in an American time zone. It's, if I get up, having to get up in the morning for something that's at 9 o'clock hurts.
I understand. Okay, well, I'm pretty nocturnal already, and so when I didn't have to get up.
I have this great T-shirt. It says, "I am not a morning person."
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm sort of like the crack of noon. That's sort of been my.
Yes. For years, I've been saying the day should start at noon.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, well, it works for me, and it's easy to keep track of, time. It doesn't really matter. You're on the cusp,
Yeah.
whether it's midnight or noon. It's like, is it the beginning or is it the end? Take your pick.
I'm lost in the time-space continuum at the best of times.
Well, it's good to
I
see
have to
you.
work on someone else's schedule for a couple of days. It throws me completely.
I
Yeah.
have to say, you are the most dedicated music fan I've ever known.
True. Well, tell Charlie hello for us, okay?
Will
Yes,
do.
please. See you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.